Hey everybody, it's Charlotte from the Kia Hyundai channel and welcome back. Today we have two vehicles beside me. We have the very well-loved 2023 Kia Sportage SX HEV, and on this side we have the 2022 Kia Sorento SX PHEV. And what we're doing today is we're putting these vehicles head to head. We're going to talk about similarities and differences, and then also we're going to touch a little bit on the highly anticipated Sportage PHEV, which we know is coming down the pipeline, but we don't have a ton of super official information that we can give you, but we can give a little bit of speculation. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. Some of the similarities in these vehicles is they're both 1.6 liter turbo engines. Of course, with the HEV, it has a smaller battery. The PHEV is going to have a lot larger battery in it. And these vehicles, they actually have the same specs for horsepower and torque. So if power is something that's really important to you guys, both of these vehicles have it. So it's really going to come down to some of the comfort elements and the styling. So pretty much depends on what is going to be the best vehicle for you. So a lot of the main difference is going to come down to the name of the vehicle. Obviously, we know that these are different vehicles, but one is obviously being the HEV and then the PHEV. So with an HEV, like I said, is you have a smaller battery, and how you're going to use that battery is it's going to put charge into it during regenerative braking, but you're still going to be using the internal combustion engine with the vehicle. With the PHEV, it's got a larger battery. It's rated for 51 kilometers, so get some good federal rebate on that too. But with this vehicle is you're really only going to use the internal combustion engine when you're cycling between, or if there's absolutely no charge in that battery. So those are some of the differences. You're going to get obviously a lot more power and a lot better fuel mileage with sticking with the PHEV because you're going to be using battery power mostly. So to the best of our abilities, we've tried to line these vehicles up bumper to bumper. That is the benefit of having a tile floor because we can kind of use it like a grid. But one of the main differences between these two vehicles, because like we said, power is going to be the same, is actually going to be the length and the width. So lengthwise, they still are pretty similar. The Sorento is going to be a little bit wider, and it does have a little bit more length. So we're going to try to show you guys that from the back, just depending on the angle. It just looks like it is a little bit of a touch longer. I know that is a very specific measurement, a little bit of a touch. So let's do a walk around of the Sorento, and I'll show you on this side. Obviously we have the rear here. Now with the SX trims is a lot of your features are going to be very similar. Both vehicles are going to have LED lights on the back, they're going to have LED lights in the front, they're going to have cameras all around the vehicle, so you're still getting your bird's eye view, 360 camera, blind spot detection, all of that good stuff. You're still going to be seeing it. And we are still going to go inside these vehicles too, but we'll show you still the outside because like I said, a lot of it's going to come down to styling and seating and what's best for you guys. So over here, this is actually going to be your battery port. Something cool about charge port. That's the name of it. Something I like about the Sorento is they're really playing on symmetry because obviously on this side is you're going to have your charge port, and on the other side actually is going to be your gas port. So where you can actually fuel up for when you're not using the battery. We have some lovely machine finish wheels here as well. Take a look at those. And they are 19 inches. There we go. I was trying to read it. And then again, up at the front, body colored mirrors. You do have a little bit of the piano black, splitting it in half. So a little bit of a dual color there. Cameras all around the vehicle. Like I said, you can probably see the camera on the mirror. And then we'll do a shot from the front. Two, again, just showing a lot of the detail. The piano black grille is great. I did mention that those headlights are all going to be LEDs, so you know that they're going to be nice and bright. You know you're not going to have a visibility problem on the road. And then also you have a little bit of the silver chrome accenting too. So some people love the blue, some people don't like the blue. This is the color mineral blue. I really like it with the black and the chrome. I don't know if I could do it if it was just one or the other, but because these two, it is a metallic paint, so it picks up some of the little fractals that are being reflected in it. So it makes it look, I find, a little bit better, a little more cohesive too. Okay, so now we're gonna take a look at the inside of the cabin. So I'll open up the door here, You're going to have your SX standard features as well. So what does that mean is that you're going to have memory seats, you're going to have your mirror controls, door locks, everything like that. You can see the first little sneak peek of this nice gray khaki color interior. I really like what Kia has been doing with the interiors. If you look at the 2023 Sportage, is they actually have the carmine red, they have the sage green, which are new interior colors. Same thing with the Stinger, the 23 Stinger. It's got the nice burgundy interior, and now with these vehicles, we get to see a lighter color. So nice contrast instead of just doing the black. And similar to the outside when I was talking about the silver chrome, is this actually really picks up and reflects the little added elements into the blue paint. So I think it looks really great and cohesive together, even when you're just looking at this little area. So that's gonna be your main features for comfort. You have your seat as well. So let's take a look. Yep. Not much else to say there. We've seen the seats, we know them, we love them, they're comfortable. So I'm gonna have Gabi hop around into the passenger side. Hi there. Come on in, get comfy. So the main difference between the Sorento and the Sportage is gonna be really this whole setup. What the driver sees, what the passenger sees. Again, on the passenger side is you're gonna have the khaki color. You're gonna have this nice kind of chrome, graphite, and actually textured. It doesn't actually, it's not just the look, you actually can feel the texture of it. So nice detailing in there. They really are trying to be thoughtful about the detail they put on the inside of their vehicles to make it a nice experience. And you can see that they also have the same texture on the door handles, just beside the door handles. Very nice, very nice. Now taking a look in our center section here is, I'm gonna turn the vehicle on real quick. It's a PHEV, so I can do this. But I might have Gabi close her door, otherwise it'll beep at us. And no one will want to hear that. So taking a look is one of the main differences is going to be that we have the 10.25 inch screen. We don't have the 12.3 inch screen that we see in the Sportage. And then also your climate controls are going to be a little bit higher up. It's not just that touch band that you can switch between climate control and radio controls. But you are still going to have a lot of the same features. You have auto climate control, you have dual climate control, so you can have, the driver can have it set to one temperature, the passenger can have it to another temperature, and then also, yeah, so you can set it like that. Thanks, Gabi. We're a team. Taking a look down here, you're still going to have your USB ports, you're going to have your wireless phone charger, all of that is pretty standard. Heated and ventilated seats in the front, shift-by-wire gear shift. And then also over here, you're gonna have your terrain modes and your drive modes. Looks like it just went into accessory mode, didn't really have my foot on the brake, so now the vehicle's actually on. So I'm gonna show you the drive modes. Now, when I flip it into sport mode, the engine will come on, so you may hear that. So eco mode, sport mode, smart mode. So not only do you see them on the screen, but you can actually see the modes here. So that is different. And same thing with terrain modes. So snow, mud, and sand. And then you can see them again. Oh, snow, mud, and sand. There we go. Turn this vehicle back off. As for cameras, I pointed out a couple of the cameras as we were walking around the vehicle, so you know that you're going to have your bird's eye view camera, you know you're going to have your rear parking sensors, front parking sensors, all of that good stuff. Again, standard across the board for the SX vehicle. Okay, so let's talk about seating and configuration. So obviously, that's going to play a huge role. The Sorento, it's going to be a 6-seater. The Sportage, it's a 5-seater. So what does that mean? Well, here in the back, let's take a look. I'm gonna crawl on back here to this seat and you can see that here we've got 2 bucket seats and then we have 2 seats in the back, and these can fold down to give you some excess trunk space, and we will show you guys the trunk too. So seating configuration, if you're a larger family and having that 6th seat is really important to you, then you may want to consider the Sorento over the Sportage, even if you do kind of like both, comparing against the PHEV and HEV or when the time comes, PHEV to PHEV. It may be something that's really important to you, having that extra seat. If having a bench seat, you know, say you have 3 kids and you could really use cargo space, then having a bench seat actually may be more beneficial, which is where the Sportage is going to pull ahead. And we'll take a look at that too. A couple items just before we finish up here is both vehicles are going to be equipped with a premium sound system. The Sportage is Harman Kardon, whereas on the Sorento it's Bose, but still premium. And then also we talked about interior colors. This is also going to be available in a navy, and we know that for the PHEV. We don't quite know what the Sorento interior exterior configurations are going to be like, or the Sportage interior exterior configurations. We obviously know about the Sorento, but we'll have to be patient and wait and see. So I'll show you guys the trunk too. Down at the bottom. No, there we go. Power lift tailgate, your charger in the back, your warranty manual. So for trunk space, I'm going to be honest, if trunk space and cargo space are important, the Sportage is going to be the winner every time, because you don't really have too much if you need all 6 seats. Now, if you just need 4 seats or even 5 seats, you know, these can fold down. But again, even if you do need 5 seats, is you still have less cargo space, because yes, you do have this area, but you still don't have too much of a trunk. So that's going to conclude taking a look at the Sorento, and we're going to do the same thing on the Sportage, as we're going to start by talking about styling elements, and then we'll hop inside of it, take a look at the interior, seating, configuration, all of that good stuff. So we'll start by moving on up to the front. Now, the Sportage, when you compare it with the Sorento has always had a more of a structured look on the front. It can be a little more square if you take a look at it and compare it that way. I'd say that the Sorento, or this is a Sportage, and I know that, is going to be very sleek. I find that the nose is a little bit more round when you compare the two. Again, you're going to have a lot of chrome accents. You have more chrome accents on the front of the Sportage than on the Sorento. And you still have this nice piano black, really textured grille. So that's great. Again, headlights, taillights, signal lights, fog lights, all LEDs. You've got parking sensors on the front of the vehicle and the rear, and then also cameras all around the vehicle. So those features are standard across the board. And then we'll take a look at the tires too. So you do go down a size. These are 18s. We have these really, really nice rims here. They're like a graphite. They're almost a matte color, but they still do have a little bit of a sheen on them, so not completely matte. And they are 19. Again, kind of going with the whole sleek vibe of this vehicle, keeping it in the same color family, making it very sleek and modern, which I think is great. We'll head inside the vehicle. Can you tell I've been talking a lot today because I'm messing up all my words? Again, what are we going to see? We're going to see your comfort features. We don't have a super funky interior color on this one. We have black still. So again, memory seats, mirrors, locks, and then your premium sound system. This one is the Harman Kardon, which you can see there. And then what I'll do is we'll have Gabi jump in the passenger side as well. And I don't know if you can tell just by even the first glance and the first look, is there's a lot going on in here, but there's a lot less going on, if that makes sense. And what I kind of mean by that is when you look at the Sorento is you come in and everything is segmented. You know, you've got your dash, you've got your nav system here, and then chargers, everything like that. So this, I find it's more cohesive, it's more of one item, and that's largely because you have your big screen here. You've got your 12.3 inch supervision clusters essentially. So we'll turn the vehicle on, or at least into accessory mode. Perfect. Down here again, slide it back, USB ports, wireless charger. You've got the bar here that I mentioned that is going to give you your air controls, then also your radio and nav controls. You've got your shift-by-wire gear shift, heated and ventilated seats in the front, ambient lighting, I'm not too sure if you can see that, on the inside. it's purple. Woo woo. If your favorite color is purple, that one's for you. And then you're also going to have your drive modes and terrain modes. You're going to have your camera and all of that stuff that's fairly similar, cup holders. Overall, I do like the inside of this vehicle more than the Sorento. I just find that I just like the design a little bit more. I like that it's very sleek. I like that it's not those segments. I like that it's all one. Just makes it feel a lot more cohesive, and just, you know, takes away a little bit of the distraction. Not that it is a distraction. It's just, you know what, they can simplify it while still keeping the same features. Why not do that? So we're going to take a look in the back too. Let's move back there. And this is where you're going to have your bench seats. So again, if you're, you know, a family of 5, family of 4, something like that, and cargo space is really important to you, then this is probably going to be the better bet, because you're going to have a lot more trunk space because you have this bench seat here. You don't have the missing seat and bucket seats taking up some valuable room there. So this is going to be your rear. There are heated seats in the rear. And then, you know, you got your cup holders, which, you know, it's very important that I show that. Your passengers want to know where to put their drinks. Some convenience elements back here too is you do have USB ports on both sides. And then also you have some vents coming back to make sure that your passengers are getting airflow too. And now we can move to the trunk. Okay, so let's take a look at that trunk that I keep yammering on about. So you can see power tailgate, really nice. And look at that. Look at how much room that you have in there. So I actually think I can probably fit in here. Just to show you guys, we're done with the teddy bear test. It's just me sitting in trunks now. So I can definitely sit in here. It's a little tight on the top, but that's okay. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and commenting on our videos. I hope you enjoyed today's taking a look at the Sorento SX PHEV and the Sportage SX HEV. We do want to talk more about these vehicles in the future, specifically the Sportage PHEV when information becomes available. So make sure that if you haven't subscribed, you do, even if it's just for that information. And while you're waiting for it, you may see some pretty great videos on the way too. As always, thanks so much for watching, and make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. I guess I'll just stay in here now. It's because there's so much room.